You should unmute, Mr. Toastmaster.
Excuse me.
Just
Thank you very much, Barry. That was very good. Thank you. Asta's speech is entitled $20,000 for 2020. It has been a long journey for Asta to finally decide to complete her Distinguished Toastmasters. To finish the curriculum, Asta needed to select a high-performance leadership project, as Barry had already alluded to. And after a year of contemplating what would be worth the time and value to work on, Asta picked her project and began her high-performance leadership curriculum project. Here is the first of two speeches Asta needs to complete for her HPL and become an Advanced Leader Silver. Please help me in welcoming Asta with $20,000 for 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Wow. Jen, I resonate with your speech. So I joined Toastmasters in 1999 because somebody said I'd be good at it. I had no idea what it was because in 99 we didn't have Google to figure out what Toastmasters was. So I was like, okay, let me go do that. And when I got there, it was really something that I wanted to do for me because I had no voice. When I was a child, my voice was shut down. There was no voice. I didn't think I ever would have a voice. And because of all the limiting beliefs and the challenges that I had, I don't know where I picked them up, even if I created them myself. It took me a long time. So I've been in and out and in and out and in and out of Toastmasters for a very long time, almost 2 decades now. And what I found was that that doesn't serve me. Being in and out and not continuing, being a dabbler doesn't make me feel better about who I am. So I decided, let's just finish this thing. And that's why I'm working on my DTM. And the only impetus to actually finish is the fact that next month it closes. So all the work I've done would be for naught if I didn't hurry up and do it now. So that's why I'm doing this HBL. Back in September, I was hired as a part-time fund developer for The Edge. Now, what is The Edge? Some of you might know The Edge, but some of you might not know The Edge. The Edge is a local dinner and storytime church. Right now, we're not having dinner, but when this project started, we would gather once a week and we'd share dinner with each other. And then we'd have 2 storytellers, 2 people who would courageously and vulnerably step up to the plate and share a 10-minute story. What kind of story do you ask? It didn't matter. I always would tell people a personal story where it requires healing, where your heart needs to be seen. And the magic that happens when people get up and actually share a story is they find a voice. They find a voice and they release a negative energy that's been in their head. Because until we say something, we can't get freedom from it. The audience, on the other hand, gets to hear something else that might resonate with them, so they get freedom. So ultimately, The Edge is just an incredible flow of give and take, where people give and receive and give and receive healing, right? So one example is I heard a story last year, which I didn't think was going to impact me at all. Somebody wanted to share about her stillborn child. Well, when she shared her story, she shared that she didn't have a baby to bring home to the nursery. It had been years since I had thought about my 2 miscarriages and not having a baby to bring home to the nursery. So when she shared that story, she got it out of her space and she got the freedom that she needed to just allow. When she shared that story, I identified with her. Even though we weren't friends and we weren't part of our community, I could identify another human feel of what she had and I could heal and release a pain that I hadn't realized I'd brushed under the carpet and just ignored. So that's what the Edge does. That's what the Edge does. It magically allows people to receive freedom and healing and identify with each other. After each 10-minute story, we spend time together talking about it. How does this impact my life? How am I similar? And what I found is that it brings communities together. Imagine a Democrat and a Republican who can't talk together actually coming and realizing they actually do have something in common and opening the doors for conversation and connection and community. So when I was looking for my HPL project, I said, I want more of this. And I want more people to actually be able to have a voice, to be able to share what they have and connect with others. So I decided, let's raise $20,000 in the year 2020 for the Edge. And what that would provide, it would provide us to have one meeting every single week where people can come together, where they can be fed, not only physically of a real food that they share at a dinner table, but emotionally by being able to be vulnerable, and mentally by being able to release something that's been bothering them, and spiritually by just feeling okay with their own humanity. And I thought that would be a fabulous opportunity for my project. So I gathered my leadership team. We got together, we discussed my leadership skills. So in the Toastmasters project, you get to learn about your own leadership. And we got to study about my visions and values and my ability to direct people and persuade people and receive support and develop people and appreciation. And it was a great opportunity for me to get together. So we all got together. I realized I am lowest on persuasion and support, highest on direction and appreciation, which was interesting because I got to self-evaluate myself. We got together. After that, I showed them what my vision was, what the Edge was. The vision is raise $20,000 for 2020 so that people can have a safe space to share their story, connect with community, and be healed. After our meeting, we created an action plan. The first action plan was to connect with the pastor and continue to get more information so we could create our timeline. And that will be to be continued.